Got a classic in store between the Detroit Lions and the New York Giants. The excitement level around here at a fever pitch as we're underway in the 2020 NFC Championship game. This fielded a few yards into the end zone, and he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Go, first and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Reset, 19, 52 right here. 52.
Right here. That's what I do.
The first carry now for Dalvin Cook. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
From the 24, Watson. Eluding the pressure right. And he's going to keep it here. Deshaun Watson, so multi-dimensional, able to scramble for the first.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the first down.
On first down, Cook. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Throwing on 2nd down. Watson. Rush coming, and he's taken down. On the corner blitz that time, the sack goes to Denzel Ward. And their inaugural sack of the game coming from an unlikely source.
You mean it wasn't a linebacker? It wasn't a defensive end?
It was somebody like you.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, that's a surprise for the offense. That's not what they normally get when they think about pressure.
3rd and long. It's Watson. And complete to Zach Ertz. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And that'll kick and go out of bounds just outside the 15 at the 16-yard line.
At their own 16-yard line.
Come on, set. 18 Gator. Check 26, check 26. Double dog, that's the way. Check 4, check 22, check, mama.
Now Jackson on first down. Flushed out right. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. DeAndre Hopkins, he's all alone. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. DeAndre Hopkins. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. On this stage, conference championship game, every play is magnified, and that was a big play.
No doubt about it. One thing that has these guys a step away from a shot at a big game, their big play ability. They can strike from anywhere.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They'll need to come from behind if they want to play in 2 weeks as they trail early in this NFC Championship game. The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got to jump here. As an inside linebacker, got to be a little bit more poised.
No doubt about it, because they get a little bit of flexibility, especially when they're trying to stuff a gap. You know, we get that double A gap look. This time he got too eager and got too deep into the backfield.
From the pistol, they run it with Cook. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
Brings up second down at the Giants' 45-yard line.
From the 45 on second down, Watson. And this is Cook with a grab. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and it'll be third down. He felt the pressure coming there. That was a good job of just making something out of nothing, so to speak.
Yeah, took the hit and still made the play. You know, when we talk about runners, all right, and on running plays, runs after contact, we call that getting dirty yards, tough, gritty ones. To me, that's like the version of a dirty pass. He knows he's going to get smacked, yet still delivers the football and picks up good yardage.
Back to throw, Watson. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. Feeling like they're not quite in field goal range yet. They're going to go for it on fourth. They will indeed snap it to Watson. He's got a first down and more inside the 30. And finally marked down at the 23. Fourth down, no problem. 19 yards that time, and now it's first and 10. On first down, it's Watson. He completes it to Evans. First down, Lions on a pickup of 13.
Let's go. 13 yards. First down, Lions.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Lions with the football here to begin the second quarter as they've got it with a first and 10. Now a play fake here on first down. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the free safety, Eric Berry. Past the 10 to the 11-yard line, and that's where the return stops.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
This is Fournette. And he'll be taken down at the 18. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Probably a bit of a surprise call there on first down, but how about a tone setter for the drive? Picking up nice yardage with the big man setting the tone physically.
Hey, 4 down, 4 down. Check.
And now a carry here for their fullback. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Well, after that pickup of a first down, I think some of the defensive guys are going to be looking over their coordinator and saying that was not in the scouting report. That went against every tendency most teams have. You don't usually hand the ball to your big guy in that situation. Sometimes you catch him by surprise.
Barkley on first down, running into a wall as he's stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. Levante David in on the tackle.
Brings up 2nd and 10. At the
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. The first throw now for the backup Mahomes. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that one almost intercepted. Call it a 50-50 ball. It falls incomplete, and now 3rd down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. The defensive end, Danielle Hunter, drops him.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
That's taken it around the 40. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And the Lions will have excellent field position here as they take over 1st and 10. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now Cook running right. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. On 2nd down, Cook. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. Vontaze Burfict, the one to get him down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Here's Watson. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. And a reminder, folks, as we've done all year, we'll send you to Orlando for our EA Sports halftime report coming up shortly. The coach with us, as always, as he will start to look ahead to Super Bowl 53. And that is no good. And this score will stay right where it is. These playoff games have a tendency to be tight. You have to wonder if that missed field goal could haunt them later.
Yeah, we're always looking for the key plays, right? The ones that we're going to magnify. Usually those happen in the second half or later in the game. This might be the key play of the game showing up here in the first half.
On first down, Mahomes. Flush to his right. Now on the run. He'll throw it back deep over the middle. And this is taken in at the 5. Touchdown, Giants. DeAndre Hopkins, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Giants strike quickly here for 6 points. You always worry about the plant foot in the snow, but no problems there. And that'll make the score 14-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
Here we go.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board.
Check 43.
Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. Contact to hold on to. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. They'll run it. Here's Cook. Blown up in the backfield. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it'll be Giant football 1st and 10.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You've got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try and add to it in the second half. But there's a part of me that looks at this and says, first half going my way, I have a little bit of a cushion. Let's go ahead and try and extend things. If you've got some good plays drawn up, you might want to think about them right here.
64, weak.
They go play action. Now Mahomes. And nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but it does get away and it's 2nd down.
Kendall Fuller there on the cover.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Now here's Mahomes. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. The last catch took him 2 yards in the wrong direction, so now what can they do on 3rd?
You go touch the ball. Match back. Switch. Kill. Cut up.
And Jackson throwing once more, being chased out left. And this is going to be incomplete. Had to pass there, 3rd and long on your own side of the field. Just couldn't come up with anything.
That's why teams always talk about having to win the early downs, meaning you've got to gain yardage and set yourself up for 3rd and short, because when it's 3rd and long, the odds go down significantly trying to pick up the first down, even throwing the football.
This is taken at about the 14. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even work.
Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. The final shot before the break, Watson. So we've reached halftime. Who will represent the NFC in the Super Bowl? 2 more quarters to go. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Hallis Trophy still hangs in the balance as the second half now underway in the NFC Championship game. This is fielded at the goal line. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or 2 shy of the 30.
The Giants take over first and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. On 2nd and 9, Mahomes. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. By the way, I got to apologize because I just realized for about the last 4 or 5 plays, I'm eking over into your territory up here in the booth. My bad. I'm going to get back over to my spot.
Yeah, we're not talking about our on-air commentary. I mean, what is all this extra paper? I mean, this is unusual for you.
My bad.
Normally you run a really tight ship. What's going on here?
Just like that incomplete pass, I'm going to try to tighten things up here for this next play. Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. Escaping the pressure right. Going deep for Hopkins. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And the return stops just a little bit shy of midfield at the 48-yard line. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
At the 50-yard line.
54! 52 right here. Yeah, let's get that ball, D. Let's get that ball right here. 5-2.
A 10th carry in the game for Cook. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Watson now to throw. Forced out to his left. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. Von Miller drops him for a 4-yard loss there, and that brings up 4th down. Here's Thomas Morstead now as he's on to punt for Detroit. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And this will do the job nicely as that'll be out of bounds just inside the 10-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
And a little spin cycle, room to run now. He's at the 50, 30, past the 20, and all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Leonard Fournette, 91 yards. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead. Well, something about this team, you just felt like they were one of destiny all season long. And they made themselves today, as you can see, the class of the NFC.
Yeah, and it's starting to look more and more like a Super Bowl trip is very much in their future.
And the fans starting to book those tickets. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the...
And he's taken to the ground, but he was pulled down by the face mask. Here come the flags. And I believe this is going to be a first down. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Looking deep for his tight end, Ertz. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down. Well, this secondary has done such a good job of frustrating these receivers tonight. Another example right there on the deep ball.
Sometimes when the sun goes down and it's just the bright lights in the stadium, a little extra spring in their step, doesn't it?
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
56 is Mike. 56 is the Mike.
Watson now throwing on third and long. Airing this one out for Evans. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's fourth down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
And here's Morstead now as he sends this one away. Here's Hill on the return. It's a 44-yard punt, just 3 on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
They'll run it again with Barkley. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
From the gun on third down, Mahomes eluding the pressure, thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Lavonte David. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They built up that lead at intermission, and they're just continuing to pour it on right now, aren't they?
Locked into a really good groove right now. I don't know if it's just the play calling. I know the...
And he will take it on in. Giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley, 61 yards. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they're throwing an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
A first down carry for Barkley. And he'll get it down inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. 1 quarter remains for the right to go on to the Super Bowl. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. They'll go to Barkley again. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthink it. Just hand it to the old reliable guy. Let him pick up the first down.
Even. Football.
They keep it with Barkley on first down. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up 1st and goal. I tell you, they didn't give it to him much through the first 3 quarters, but when they have, he's been efficient. Maybe they ride him more here down the stretch.
Yeah, not sure it was actually in the game.
And he is in. Touchdown, New York. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the Giants use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. That option pitch we saw, we don't witness a ton of that in the NFL, but it worked there down near the goal line for a score.
And it's actually a great call in goal line situations, because as more and more quarterbacks enter the league with that mobility and having run option in college, more pro teams are adding it to their arsenal. And now it's not just, does the quarterback run it? Does he pitch it? Now they've added a third element. He can rise up and throw the ball as well.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get...
It got his man complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. A big pickup of 38.
Check 9. Mike, check 33. Pick me up. 55.
Now a first down throw, Watson. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. And he is all the way up past the 25.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
They'll start out on the ground, and Saquon Barkley. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeout in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Stand up in.
Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line.
We've got plenty of weather here today. We've got some snow going on, and they've come out of a dome. And there have been two ways of getting ready for this. Some have said, don't worry about the weather. Just practice in your normal conditions and handle it on game day. And others have said, find some weather, find some conditions somewhere, and try and get ready. What do you think?
Well, whatever the preparation there, the snow causing the fumble. They'll run with Cook, and he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. They've got it 2nd and goal as they look for a late touchdown. On 2nd and goal, Watson buying time to his left. And he will score. Touchdown, Lions. A 6-yard touchdown run. And the Lions use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. So they will get on the scoreboard here. Give them credit for that. Too little, too late, but no 0. Oh, you're going slow clap on me.
Not very nice, is it?
No, but they haven't been very nice on offense. It's been a struggle. And this is going to be covered up by the Giants. Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. They run again with Peterson. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Jackson, option right, on 3rd down, Barkley. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. Not at all what they envisioned on 3rd down, 3 yards in the wrong direction. Here's Johnny Hekker now as he's on to punt for New York. And look at this, it's a fake. And the gamble pays off. They get the first. 17 yards on the fake punt, and that's going to be a 1st down. They'll run it here. This is their fullback getting the carry. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. And the Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in the 4th. Interesting, Mahomes wants to throw it. Sliding out of the pocket. He'll run it. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line.
Okay, he's not going to get the 1st down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Working from the gun, Mahomes dancing to his left. This is caught. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that's set. It's up a 1st and goal.
It's a gain of 21 yards. Complete to DeAndre Hopkins.
Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. And Barkley will try to punch it in. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
So, Charles, oh so close on one side to getting to that Super Bowl. Oftentimes, we just show the stage and the glitz and the glamour and the confetti. You sometimes forget about those guys going home. It's got to be tough.
It's got to be beyond tough, because finding a way to steel yourself, make that resolve to come back and do it again, because it took a lot of work just to get to this point. It's going to be a difficult offseason for them. Let's see how they bounce back.
And that will do it for this one. For Charles Davis, myself, and the entire crew, we'll see you in 2 weeks at the Super Bowl.